Hello, seventh grader. Miss Wink coming to you with her lovely glasses today. This lesson is actually going to be a little bit different for you. And if you had read the directions, you would have noticed that we're going to do something a little bit different here in this lesson. So this video probably won't be very long. What this lesson is about is it's lesson 15.6 extension can't even speak. Generating multiple samples. So we talked about creating simulations, and what this whole lesson about is generating samples or generating some of those simulations and seeing their outcomes. So your objectives are can use multiple samples to make predictions about populations. So the reason this lesson's a little different is usually I like to have you group up in partners or work in partner groups for this one, because a lot of this is inferring things about the data, and inferring is a good skill that you will need within 8th grade and further on into mathematics as well. It's a lot like inferring in language arts, where you're taking a bit of information and then you are making a good educated guess based on what's in the text and what you already know. In this case, since we're doing it mathematically, an infer is taking a look at the data and taking a look about what you know and coming up with a conclusion about it. So writing out your conclusion in an English format, in an English sentence. Okay. So I'm going to kind of walk you through this. Don't worry about warm-up. But in your notes, you should have a part that looks kind of like this. I don't know, I just want to stay like this. But like I said, it's usually you work with a partner and you answer these questions. So what I'm going to ask from you is that you just try your best to answer these questions. No harm, no foul. If you're really struggling with it, don't worry about it, okay? This is a challenge for you that I want you to try and analyze these sets of data. If you have any questions about it, you can always ask me, okay? I will be available for you about this lesson, but I'm not going to give you the answers, and I just want you to try your best. If you continue to just struggle, though, and you're just really not getting it, I might say, hey, you know what? Just don't worry about it. I want you to continue on with everything else that you're doing. So let's look at this one. I'll just kind of walk you through it a little bit. You and a group of friends want to know how many students in your school listen to pop music. There are 840 students in your school. Each person in the group randomly surveys 20 people. Okay. So it says step 1, the table shows your results. Make an inference about the number of students in your school who prefer pop music. So what would you maybe say as a percentage of people who like pop music? Okay. You're looking at then Kevin's results. Okay, make another inference about the number of students in school who prefer pop music based on his results. Let's see if I can expand this a little bit. I need to get a pen. And then you're just comparing your results from step 1 and step 2 and what happens. 3 here, then, you just continue on into steps 3. Okay, so step 3, then you combine all of your different data. So now you have Steve, Laura, and Ming, who all did the same survey, making an inference about the number of students in your school who prefer pop music now. Describe the variations of the 5 influences. Which one would you describe the number of students in your school who prefer pop music? Which one do you think is the most accurate? Show how would you use all 5 samples to make an inference. Okay. This is another one. So then I think this is example 2, and you're given a whole bunch of set of data. So this time it says you want to know the mean number of hours students worked at a part-time job each week. You go to 8 different schools, so that's why there's numbers here. So here's at school 1, school 2, school 3, school 4, so on and so on. Each school, you randomly survey 10 people with part-time jobs. Here are your results. So this is just analyzing your data then. So go ahead and find the mean of each sample, make a box and whisker sort for the sample means, use the box and whisker to estimate the actual mean hours, so on, okay? Again, these are all practice. I'm not going to go through and give you the answers for these. This one then, let's see. I know they say like This one is, you can do it if you want, but I would highly suggest maybe skipping this one because I don't know if everyone has packing peanuts. Or you could try and find 50 things, 50 red sheets of paper, have red and blue sheets of paper, and 70% of them are red and the other 30 are blue. But this is, again, a way you can create a simulation to solve this and see. So it says another way to generate multiple samples of data is using a simulation, which we talked about. Suppose 70% of all 7th graders watch reality TV shows on TV. So designing your simulation and simulate an example of 50 and what would be your results. Okay, just try your best. Again, if you're really struggling with it, let me know. But if it's just going to continue to struggle, don't even worry about it. Take the day off. There's no actual big ideas assignment for this lesson. Like I said, we're not even doing a worksheet. So if you want to, just keep working on IXL or catch up on missing work. I don't know what is. So yeah, just catch up on some missing work if you've got any missing work, and work on some IXL skills once you've done this. But check you tomorrow, where we're gonna have the final lesson of the year. Okay, I'll check you then.